we start our day 3. Okay, let me make sure I've got everything. How's everyone? How's your week been? Hi Anna, how are you? How many of you are practicing nails tonight? I know last week it was really hot. Today is actually still quite warm. Hi Rachel. I need to remember that's Rachel from Mark's account. Okay, so last week we have practiced our gel overlay on natural nails, and we did a bit French manicure design. And tonight we're going to create a gel extension still with our brush builder gel. So I'm gonna use 2 colors tonight, beige and porcelain, which is like a nude color, like pink nude color, and white color. And then I'm also going to use bear, which is a clear. So we're going to do ombre design. And if you have done my brush up builder gel course, we covered extension, but we didn't do the ombre design. I think we did just the full color. So tonight will be a good practice. Hi Linda, how are you? Okay, I've kind of prepped my nails already. I'm just going to give it a quick buff because I washed my hands. So just get the buff first. So tonight the products we're going to use, all the products are listed in the description. So if you watch the replay, you can quickly go through the description and have a look what you need. And I've got my half well tips. I don't know why my voice has got a bit funny. Okay, so you can use any sort of half well tips, basically do the extension. You can use nail glue to glue the tip on, and I'm going to use the full cover tip gel to apply the tip. So either way, just your favorite way to stick the tip on. And then we're gonna need the function gel, which are the base coat and the top coat. I am gonna put a thin layer of strengthener on just so I can have that clear layer. But if you don't have the strengthener, that's fine. And the 3 colors of brush builder gel I'm using. Also, you will need your gel cleanser, and I'm gonna use the remover sachets. I think that's it. And then your tip cutter to cut the tip if you don't want that length, and have some files and dust the brush, and then we're good to go. Hi Paula, did you have a nice holiday? Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I did. Very, very hot. A little bit sunburned, but I don't mind. Right, let's get the nails buffed. So again, if you missed the past 2 lives, 2 classes, so you might want to go back to watch the first one, because that's where we cover the prep the natural nails. I'm just gonna quickly prep my nails, give it a buff. I've removed the cuticle. I kind of smoothed my nails already. I've got gel left over. Okay. Again, you wanted to make sure cover all the shine. If you do need to, soak the cuticle or nip a little bit, and do that. I've already kind of cleaned it. If you have a little bit gel left on your nails, you might find that the nail glue is not going to set on properly, and that's why I prefer to use the tip gel to apply the tip on. But if you don't have it, you use nail glue, that's fine. But you might need to hold on a little bit longer if you do have a bit gel left on. I just found the glue takes longer to dry, to set, and if you have a bit gel left on the natural nails. Okay. When we're doing the ombre, I found the builder gel is slightly easier than a gel polish because it is a bit thicker. So when you blend it, it blends a bit better. Okay. So that's my nail prepped. And I need to choose the tip. After tip, we'll cut it and blend it. Okay, what size do I need? So when you choose the tip size, you want to have that 1 mil gap. So you don't really want the tip right set on the skin. So this is different from when you're doing a flexi tip. So next week when we're doing a flexi tips, you want that tip cover on that side line. But when we're doing a half well, because we want to blend the tip into the nail beds, and we're going to have a layer of gel over the top. If the tip is right set on that skin line, that's not even a word. You know what I mean, like right set on the skin, then the products go over the top, will be thicker, make the nail thicker, and then it will lick on the skin. So you don't want that. So when I choose the tip, I will make sure it literally just slightly not like away from the skin, if that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, and that's that one. I'm still gonna choose all 5 tips. If you're doing a full set for clients, you will want to choose all 10 tips. Okay. And I do find like a lot of time, if you're seeing sometimes the nails going like really wide, that's because when you choose the tip is already too wide, and then when you put the products on, make it even wider. And that's that one. I'm deciding which one. Okay. Right, that's my 5 tips. I needed that to hold my little lamps. So like I said, if you wanted to use your nail glue, that's fine. You just put the nail glue on and just stick onto the nail straight away, and then hold it. Make sure you hold the corner for extra time if you use a nail glue, and because when we blend it, you don't want the corner start lifting. But tonight I'm gonna use my full cover tip gel. Just treat it as a glue, but it's a gel. And this one you don't need the base coat on, so I'll just have a, I think I put too much. Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna put the lamp on, and then you just to put the gel on and hold on the nail and then cure it, because it's gel, so it just needs a lamp to cure. So now if you use a nail glue, you just hold it without a lamp. Okay, I will cure all that 5 nails together later on, so I'm just flash cure it. If you use the gel, same as me, you can just flash cure. Okay, if you use a nail glue, make sure it's not moving at all. So we'll be blending the nails later on. It's not gonna just ping off. So if you already have extension, I'll say for example, if your nail already long enough to do the ombre, you don't need to do the extension. And or if you already had flexor tips on, you can keep that length and then just file off the gel on the top and the colour on the top, and you can just do the ombre design. But I don't have the length on my nails, so that's why I'm creating some length. Okay, last one. Hello Fair, how are you? So we're just doing a step, planning your half-weld tapes to create a little bit extension. It looks really dramatic now. And I'm going to cut it and blend it. It just looks like your natural nails. And then it's just like the overlay. Okay, I'm going to put my whole hand onto the lamp for another 30 seconds. If you're using nail glue, you don't need to put it on the lamp. Let me know how you're getting on. So this is just a step where you create a little bit of length. Now it needs to cut to a shot. Okay. So now make sure the tips are on, steady. Same as if you use a nail glue, check they're not like lifting on the side when you start fanning. Okay, now I'm going to cut some to short. You just cut to a length you want. There's loads of different tips and tricks how to cut the nail same length. You can put like little magnets there to do the the measurement. We're not going to cover that tonight. It just cut to a length you want. I'm having quite short. Right, they are shots now. So can you tell when we cut the tape, it goes wider, like a flatter, and then the tip goes wider. So imagine if you get to one size bigger, and then the tip will go even wider. It'll take you much longer to file, or if you didn't file them straight, the whole nail will go fan shape. So once that side lies straight. So I'm gonna have square. I think square looks nice when we're doing the ombre design. And so we want the side line straight, side line straight, front line straight. So I will explain my thumb nails as an example. So if I file that front line straight, you can see that shape's going front. So I need to angle my file. So you don't want it to be straight, because then you're going to file this corner even thinner and then that shape is not going to be correct. So you wanted to have that little triangle gap there. You see the file is not that straight way. It's going there to file that straight. So this side start going a bit straight now. Same as that. Where you find it is underneath the tape. You're thinking of fanning to a coffin shape, but it turns out straight square. Okay. Right, and let's do all the shape first, and then I'll come back to blend the tape. So same as that one. On the front line straight. So that's where the free edge. So again, you don't want going wider, you don't want the nail going wider. So underneath, you see underneath there's a triangle shape there. There. And that's where I'm gonna file it straight. File that like straight. Okay. Underneath. So this step is very important, right? If the tip shape is too wide, it will cause a lot of problem later on. Like spending more time to file on the shape. And we look that way and that way to make sure they're straight. Okay, and this one will be a good example. Here's the before filing and after. That's before filing. So for this one, we need to file all that corner off. Yeah, angle your file. Let's have a look at the shape. Need to get a dust underneath. Okay, and then next one. So what we need to do is, before the builder gel goes on, the tip needs to be shaped and blended. If you're already using flexi tapes, which we're gonna cover next week, you probably haven't done this half row tip for ages, because this is like a traditional way to create extension. You can do a sculpting. You can glue the half row tips on, and then you can apply the builder gel or acrylic over the top to hold the tape. And then also, if we want to do the design inside of the gel, it's kind of the ombre is we're blending two layers together. So that's like a design inside of the builder gel. So most of the time we'll use this method. Glue the half row tip on. Okay. So now the shape we're happy with. We need to blend the tip now, because you have a little bump there, you don't want that, and also still have the shine over the tip, because we are going to use the gel later on. We need to file all the shine off. So normally I would just get rid of the shine first, then I can see where to blend. It just look weird, like a half shiny, half matte. So I'll blend, sorry, like a buff the shine off first and then I'll blend. But I know some people like to shape nail and file blend both one nail attack, like, and then move to next nail. That's totally fine. Personally, I'm used to this way. Do other shapes and then back to buff the shine and then I'll blend. And that's because I'm going to use my e-file to blend. So I will leave that as the last step. So I'll show you one nail. I'll blend use my hand file. So in case any of you don't use e-file. So the purpose for blending is get rid of that little ridge there. So the nail is nice and smooth and no bump there. Okay. So we wanted to use the edge of the file. Lift the file up 45-degree angle. Yeah, you don't want the file flat because you'll make the tape too thin and it will snap. So you wanted to use that corner as a little knife. Lift it up. And then make sure don't file on the natural nails. You want to file just before that edge. Kind of similar as when you're doing you know, like if there's any lifting, you want to blend that lifting off. It's the same technique. So you just do small movement rather than big movement. When we're finding a whole nail, we use a big movement, but when we're blending the tips, we use a small movement. A lot of time I've seen people over-fining when they're blending a tip. That's because you're not blending on the tip, you're actually blending on the natural nails. So you'll end up having like a big gap and the ridge of the nails there. When the nails start going out, you'll see like loads of circles, like the line. Okay, corner of the nails, you needed to blending properly so it's not bumpy on the sides. Okay. So if you're using a hand file, and don't worry if it's still a little bit like little bit left, you don't have to blend it completely off because we are going to cover with colored gel. Okay, I'm just going to use my e-file, quickly blend the rest of them. So this is the bit I'm using, a small one. It's like a small smooth kind of bit because it is a small area. Okay. Very similar as when you're using the file, you lift the angle so you don't file flat. I'll just do the edge. And with the e-file, it's kind of helping you to get that line straight as well. You can do the sides. Okay, let's move to the next one. So if you have done my e-file course, you should have this bead already. And we use the same technique as we're blending around the cuticle area. Lift it up 45-degree angle. And the speed should be, I'm using 31,000. So again, the speed should be about at least 28 to 35. You can see how much quicker we're using a file. Okay, that's done. This is why I leave the blending end at the last, so I don't need to keep getting my file out in each nail. How's everyone getting on? If you practice tonight, I know quite a few of you are practicing tonight. And if you watch the replay and at any point you need to stop the video and pause it, that's fine. You can watch again. And then the replay will be left and still available for the whole month. So for the whole June, so you can watch again. I can see a little bit shine there, so I'm just gonna. We don't want any shine left. I can see a little bit shine there. Okay. So our tips on. Let's apply the gel. First, the products, of course, always the same. Base coat, easy to remember. So now we wanted to apply. You know what? I'm going to close my curtain. The sunlight is so strong these days. Anything I use will start curing. But because I'm doing the video, like a recorded videos or doing live, needs a little bit brighter. That's why I'm trying to keep the window open. But I feel like it's gonna start curing. Okay, base coat. We want to apply on the whole nail base and the tip. Go on the tips. Yeah. So treat as this is your whole nail base. If you just want to do an overlay on your natural nails with the ombre design, totally fine. You just skip the steps when we apply the tips, blending the tips. Yeah. So treat this as you start on your natural nails. So remember how we apply the gel polish. We push the gel back towards the cuticle, stay there for a few seconds, and then let the gel work for you, rather than painting really close to the cuticle. Just stay there, push it back, stay there a few seconds, and then brush it over. So in this way you can apply quite close to the cuticle but not touch on the skin. When you do nails in summer, when it's quite hot, the gel are much runnier. Make sure you use a small amount. Okay, and ready to cure it. So I'm gonna cure the base coat 30 to 45 seconds. I am going to apply a thin layer of strengthener, like I mentioned last week. We use it as a protection layer, so when I'm fanning the color off, I'm not directly fanning on my natural nails. So I know there's a thin layer of clear between my nail base and the color. So once the color go off, I will stop using the e-file. So if you practice nails a lot, do make sure to do this. Okay, we'll also apply all over the nail and the tip. I forgot to mention at the beginning actually, you will need to use the ombre brush and a thin like small brush, go around the cuticle area and the side walls. Okay, so this protection layer is done. Let's cure it for 30 seconds. I got my contact lenses keep I can feel like it's heat up. It's getting blurry. You know, when you're walking from a cold room to a warm room in winter and your glasses is getting a steam over it. It happens on the contact lenses when it's too hot as well. Okay, so the ombre is all about layering. It looks like we're going to do 5 layers, but literally it's 2 color layer and the clear layer for protect the design. And then when we're fanning the shapings, we're not fanning the ombre design off. I'm going to use the ombre brush. You can use any brush, like any fan brush or something you can use to blend the color. Okay, so we're going to use this white one. Depends on how wide you want for the ombre, like how wide. I'll normally do half of the nail. So if you know the customer gonna coming back for the infill with the same design, you might want to do a little bit lower, so when the white's growing out, next time when you infill, you can still get away with another set. Okay, we don't want to do too thinner. I love the gel and it's some are actually quite watery and then easy to work with. Okay, so before you cure it, you want to blend the white towards to the cuticle area, but you don't start from the top, you start just from the edge. Okay, I'm gonna start there. Okay, like that. So just to blend the edge, and then keep pulling the brush because you might want to go over that edge, like where you created the new edge, edge where the color stopped. You know what I mean? You might want to blend a little bit more again. Okay. Right, and then we got to flash cure each one. So we'll lock the color and then we will fully cure it later on, just so we can get our 5 nails first. Don't put it too thick. You want to be thin layer. When it's too thick, it's harder to blend. So same, we're blending back. So the purpose is to get rid of that harsh line. Okay. Right, flash cure. I just put it under my big lamp for flash cure. If you're doing client's nails, you can cure 1 nail at a time. You can just swap the hand. But at least the flash cure with a little lamp if you don't want the client swap the hands. You want to make sure the ombre blending you've done has been locked, and then they're not going to smudge if the customer accidentally knock it. Okay, that's secure. And again, remember, if you do feel the line still a bit harsh there, after you're blending, you just blend it again. Start from there. Yeah. How long do you flash cure? And just 5 seconds, as long as the color is not moving, because we are going to fully cure it after we apply the 5 nails. If you're doing client nails, it's not going to be flash cured. They will be proper cured, because you do 1 nail at a time and you swap the hand in doing this hand and another hand should be cured. So it might be better that way. You can just carry it on so you don't feel like you did that many layers, because you don't have to put the whole hand in and sit there waiting for 60 seconds. And the common mistake of ombre is, I've seen a lot of people started blending from top, then you get too much gel. We only wanted to blend from that harsh line, that edge. Okay. When you do it, it seems very easy, but when I want to do I make mistake? What kind of mistake? I think most of the time it might be too much gel, like too much gel on the nail, and then when you start blending, it's not blending because there's too much gel there. Doesn't make sense, because when you blend, you just drag a lot of gel over. So you want to make sure it's thin layer. Same as if you're doing a gel polish ombre. If you use the natural milky white color and you want to blend the tip, you want a really thin layer. So thin layer and blend from that harsh line. You kind of just dab it. It's better if you use one of these ombre brushes or a little fan brush. Okay, now I can fully cure this hand. I'm gonna cure it about 45 seconds because it's only thin layer. Okay, I need to get a wipe to clean my brush. Okay, so the nude color I'm using is number 4 beige. You can use other color if you want. I just love this color when we're doing an ombre, and I kind of paint into the same color on my right hand. So later on when I cut the length down, they'll kind of match. Okay. So we do exactly the same, but on this side. Right, the side close to the cuticle. So we wanted to apply it as we apply gel polish. You kind of wanted to push more color towards the cuticle, like that, and then kind of gently brush over, because you don't want too much gel there. When you blend it, it's just going to be a lot of color to blend. Okay, so now we're painting the half. Again, start from the edge, blend it towards the end of the tip. This time it's easier to blend because we'll blend and outside. And now if you wanted to use a small brush, if you wanted to get a small brush and pick a little bit of colour if you wanted to. You can do it. Go around. I'm under the camera. Just go around the edge. So you're getting closer to the cuticle and then last a bit longer. Okay. Now, make sure it's not touch the skin. If it is, wipe it off. Flash cure, just to lock the colour again. So we repeat this. So this is just our first layer. We are going to do 2 layers of white and the nude colour. Okay, again, start to end, blend and then cure. So when we're painting the white, we want to paint over half of the nail when you blend, and then blend it. And the same as when we're painting the pink or nude color, we want to go over half and then blend it on top of the white. So what you don't want is this have like a big lump there. You don't want too much. So wipe that off and then blend. Okay, flash cure. Again, you want to push the gel towards the cuticle. And brush. Blend, blend, blend. And don't worry if the color doesn't look like fully covered yet. This is just our first coat. Okay, and now I'm going to fully cure it 60 seconds or 45 seconds if your lamp is strong. It will fact this is easier than a gel polish compared to gel polish, I have to say, because it's thicker to blend. Now we're going to repeat exactly the same second layer. Okay, half white again. So this time I might not do as much white, So I'll do slightly smaller space than last time. First time I painted half of the nail and blend it. So the second layer, I'll do about 1/3 of the nail. And again, we start blend the hash line, the edge. Okay, flash cure. Oh, why do I got a fluff? Okay, same. About 1/3 of the nail. And then you don't even want to paint the straight line. Doesn't even matter. Because we want to make that line not straight anyway. Okay. Cure. When you get used to the blending, it will get a bit quicker. Okay. Flash cure. Just keep blending, flash cure. A lot of repeating stuff. Okay. And little nail. You can see when we got the 2 coats of white now, getting a little bit stronger the colour. Okay. And we're back to the first nail, doing the pink part. So same colour, beige, coming back. So again, we wanted to push the colour back. Okay, you want to paint kind of over the white. And then blend. Okay. If you wanted to move a little bit of the pink colour, you can do. Just kind of smooth it. Okay. Flash cure. Most words I said tonight is flash cure. Blend. Blend, 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 and flash cure. kind of want to smooth the gel. You can use your small brush, but I just use this ombre brush, kind of work the same. Okay, the blend. Get the side covered. Okay. Does anyone get stressed already? Or you feel relaxing? Oh, did I just touch on this hand? So the second coat, if you notice, is slightly thicker than the first one, the first coat. You kind of just wanted to get the colour on half of the nail. And then blend the edges. So, if we got the small brush, pick up a little bit colour, pick up a little bit colour, and then I'll go around the edge, kind of balance the colour. Because with a big brush, sometimes it's difficult to get the sides. Especially we only wanted to apply the colour on half of the nail. Okay, cover that. And we go back with our ombre brush if we wanted to blend a little bit more. Okay. I'm just getting stressed. I think there's a lot of repeating stuff, so you feel like it never ends. And depends on the length of the nail as well. I remember I was doing a really long set of ombre and gel nails in a salon before. Oh my god, like that long. That I feel like it took me ages because of that long. But once I'd done that set, I was like, oh, it actually looks quite nice. And then the lady, she had like a nude colour, you know, like the nude brush up Builder Gel, that colour, rather than this beige, like a pink beige colour. Okay, and then blend. Got fluff there. Okay, last one. especially this little one. You definitely want to use a small brush because it's really hard to get on the side. If you're painting the whole nail, it's a bit easier, but we want to paint like half of the nail. It's getting a bit tricky. Okay, so just use that small brush to guide the color, cover the side, and then back with our ombre brush. And blend. You want to blend the pink or nude color over the white, so the white doesn't look really white. Okay, whew. That's me done the ombre, that layer. I'm gonna cure it for 45 to 60 seconds. So now when we're fanning the shape and the nails, we don't want to fan the color off. So we're gonna use clear to cap the whole nail. How many times do I do it? And 2 layers, so 2 layers of white, 2 layers of pink. And then another layer of clear. Okay, so mainly the clear needs to go where the ombre is. Can you see where it's dipping? Because here will be much thinner when we're blending the color towards from the both ends, so in the middle bit will be a bit thinner. So this is where we wanted to put our clear mainly. So less clear around the end, and kind of brush over. Do you want to use that clear to protect the ombre design as well? Again, if you do need a small brush to help you cover the sides, use a small brush. Okay, one nail at a time, cure it. Or flash cure, we can come back to fully cure it. So we want to wipe one side off, same as apply the gel polish, and then scrape a bit off in the middle, and then we're kind of blending towards to the end, and I pick a little bit more. That's the end. We're not going to foul too much around the cuticle area because we want to keep that colour. If you find this tricky to put more clear in the middle and the less on the 2 sides, just do the whole nail and cover the whole nail with clear, but then you're going to file a little bit more. A little bit more there. Okay. Flash cure coming back. the clear, you do want it to cover the sides, because later on we will file the shape on the side, so you might have a chance to file the color off. Okay, you can always cheat, put the hand upside down, let the gel run towards to the middle. Okay, that's cure. The clear top, I mean the clear layer will self-leveling if you feel like it's a little bit tricky to decide where to place the gel. And when we move the gel, we want to say, for example, if you want to move the gel from there to there, you start where you want to move to and kind of drag it to where you want to move it to. So you start where you want to move the gel from, drag it to where you want to move the gel to. Okay. Cover the sides. Right. We can put a whole hand in because we flash cure each one. So you don't really need to put a thumb in separately. So I'm going to wait for the cure for 60 seconds. Which step everyone's on now? Are we all on the clear gel now? So I need to get some remover sashes ready and our gel cleanser ready. We're going to wipe the top of the sticky layer and give it a good buff under file. Okay. It seems like I've got quite a lot of layer on these nails, but every layer is quite thin. So if you've got alcohol, gel cleanser, these remover sachets, you can use any of these to take the stick layer off. Again, when we wipe it, we want to wipe from the cuticle towards to the end, to the free edge, to the tip. Yep. We don't want to wipe it back, because then you will get the gel back over the skin. So always wiping further away, out, out. Okay. ready to file. Yeah, no one's talking, everyone's stressed. Okay, I usually have buff the whole nail again, just very similar as when we're doing you know what last build we've done. We buff it before we're painting French tip. So we wanted to buff the shine off. You can do the shape first if you want to. But when we buff it, kind of help us to see, can you see like where the shine is? That means that's a bump there. Buff. So buff will sort out the bumps. Again, you don't want to file too much around the cuticle because it's not clear, it's got a colour. So we don't really need to blend that cuticle area. We might just need to file that bump off because it's too thick there. If you have an e-file, you can use your e-file to smooth it. But being a ombre, you might feel like you're going to file a lot off with the e-file. Okay, we've buffed the surface, smoothed the surface. Now we are going to use the file. We wanted to go back each nail straight the front line, or just to raise shape the whole nail. If you having the round shape, you round the nail again. Get to the side off, and then it might be too thick on the free edge. We wanted to blend that a little bit thinner, and I don't want it too sharp. Might scratch the face. And then if you found it too thick around that area, we'll file it a bit. So doing your normal filing and the shaping. So the side wall straight. So I've done filing technique in one of the lives we've done. That's in the Facebook group. So if any of you are interested, don't forget to watch that. You can find it, just search, I think I named it filing or something, filing shaping. So I talk about the straight line, the side wall, and then twist your file. And let's get a bit thin in the end. Okay. So now we just want the further bump off. It's getting there. I have secret solution for if you didn't get the ombre perfectly. I know I was in salon. I usually apply some like see-through chrome powder over the top to blend it, and then your ombre will look perfect. So if you do feel like oh sugar is not ombred properly, you can still see some stringy lines. Then chrome powder is your best friend to solve the problem. Straight line, side wall, underneath, underneath. Get rid of that sharp edge. Okay, ta-da! Just need top coat, last step everyone. Not too bad, is it? Or it's too stressful. Let's just paint a food colour. The idea of ombre, what I like is I don't need to paint the colour after, just top coat. So I know a lot of you are practicing tonight, so don't forget to share your homework in our Facebook group. Let me just get rid of the dust. Okay. So when you share your practice, don't forget to hashtag 2023 nail goal, so that post will enter our monthly giveaway. So this whole year we're doing monthly giveaway, encourage everyone to practice nail more. Okay, top coat time. Oh, I think I've got something on my tape. It's like a pencil or something. Where did I get that from? Like a blue line. Okay. So if you notice, I've not really blended around the cuticle area. Same reason when we paint. Same reason when we're painting the full colour of the brush builder gel last week. Because if you blend that, you will find that colour off. So we don't really need to blend in the colour in. So the edge. Once you've got top coat on, the blender always looks a bit better. Okay, personal habit is flash cure each nail. So what do we think tonight? You love the ombre or you decide don't like it? Right, and fully cure it, 45 seconds. The stress is almost gone. Get my cuticle oil ready. I've got 2 squishes, so but 1 good and that's it. There we go. When you do a few more, you're kind of getting the idea. And I would say definitely practice on the real hand, because when you practice on the tape, it just won't give you that, you know, like when the brush is close to the cuticle and you kind of need to twist your brush, and then using a small brush around the sides. If you use the tape to practice it, like just practice on a nail tape doing the ombre, and don't really give you that difficulty. You'll think, oh, seems easy on a tape, but when you do it on a nail, seems different. Because it's like everything in a way that makes more complicated. The technique itself, like blending the color twice, is not a difficult part. Okay, let's do some cuticle oil. Okay, here we go. Ombre nails. Has anyone done different shapes, different length, longer? Da, da, da. So when you're doing longer, the clear layer needs to be a bit thicker, because mine is really short, so I keep it quite flat. If you're doing longer, you will need to use more clear gel, yeah, to keep that strength. Whew. So if anyone else got a hand to type, or don't worry guys, I'll leave you guys to practice, and then if you are watching the replay now, you can still share your homework in our Facebook group, and everything I used and everything I mentioned is all in the description. So if you do have any question, you can leave the comments. I'll come back to reply as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed tonight the ombre. So we've done stressful French manicure last week and the ombre, and the next week will be much easier, not as stressful. We're doing the bit salon design on top of the flex press tip, so no shaping, not much fining, and a little bit color foam. Okay, so I will say goodbye now. I will see you next Wednesday. That will be our last day. Yeah, have a good rest of the evening. Bye.